Welcome to Blind Café's Naked DJs podcast, where every day we expose ourselves to the very best music. Some days we like to shake it up, some days we let it all hang out, and others we just like to stick it out there for you to listen to.
Alrighty, good afternoon, Blind Café Radio listeners and Naked DJ podcast followers. I'm your host for today, Dr. Johnny Love. With me, DJ Curveball, Lightning Blind Mike, and DJ Tom. And we're here to talk about the Naked DJs podcast. Alrighty, let's kick it off. How about this? Some Billboard news real quick. Rihanna's halftime show. We all seen that, right? Well, I didn't see it myself, but I heard about it, saw videos of it. She drew 103 FCC complaints because of the way it was. Some of the dancers, I guess, they offended a few people. So a lot of people said it was too sexualized. What do you guys think? I mean, I don't know if you guys saw it, or what's your opinions of it? Curtis, let's get yours first.
I can't say I saw it. It was intentional, and it was because I'm blind, but I was listening to it on the radio, and you have to realize that a lot of these shows, I've heard have satanic things going on. These people are satanic. These people suck. I don't even pay no attention to them.
All right. Yeah, I can understand that. I myself, I didn't see it. I watched a football game, but I haven't really watched a good halftime show, I think, since Prince, I think.
Janet Jackson released some of her clothing?
Yeah, that was an accident, though. Come on. But I was cool about that. I liked it. All right. Lightning Blind Mike, what do you think? What's your opinion?
Well, we're all in the same boat as Curtis for the most part, as in we listened to it. But I did get some feedback from some sighted folks, as in here in the house as well. Foxy Lady J's not with us today, but she's off doing some other things today, so we won't have her here. But I was talking to Rick, which is her husband, and he said that he thought it was horrible and not sexualized or anything like that. He just said the music and all that just wasn't his forte for the most part. Then I talked to his son, Ricky, and he said it was great. That was all of her hits and everything else that was there, that she was playing a lot of, a little bit of this and a little bit of that of each song. And from what I was told by Ricky is that the jumpsuits, or she was wearing like a red type jumpsuit type thing. And I guess the dancers were wearing something like that as well. But I guess it was the movements of the dancers, sexual movements or whatever.
And you got to realize Rihanna was pregnant. I guess she was pregnant, then we know.
Yeah, that was the other thing I was going to bring up too, is that she was 7 months pregnant during the Super Bowl. So I can't see too much, her trying to show too much leg, for example, because of her big old belly.
Like I said, I didn't see it. And yeah, I meant to mention that she was 7 months pregnant. I'm not a big fan of her. I like some of her music, but it's really not my genre. But hey, people are going to complain. They're going to always complain about something. What's the saying? Haters gonna hate. Tom, what do you think?
I did not see it either. I'm in the same boat as the rest of y'all. To tell you the truth, I didn't even turn on the game at all. I'm a baseball fan. I have no interest in football. But be that as it may, we haven't had a good quality halftime show in years. And every single year, there are complaints about the halftime show. I personally think they take it too far based on the diversity of the audience. And a lot of times it's just inappropriate and done in poor taste.
And we need to kick DJ Tom off the show. He said he didn't like football. Come on. Kansas City Chiefs won. They awesome, and they rule.
I was going to tell Tom, opening day is coming up, so this is your time of the year.
Hey, that's right. Go Yankees.
But when you guys say good quality, what's your definition of good quality and why?
That's a very good question.
I want a good halftime show that's going to entertain me. I mean, to me, it doesn't matter who's doing it as long as they can put on a good show and I'm satisfied. And Really, I haven't seen a good, like I said, I haven't seen a good halftime show since Prince.
Yeah, but like Curtis is saying though, what's considered a good halftime show, because a lot of people liked what she did halftime. I mean, we're the other small minority that doesn't, because you just don't like that type of music, or maybe you didn't like what the dancers were doing, or I mean, what's considered a good show on your end? I think that's what Curtis is saying, because some people like the music, some don't. So just because you don't like the music, that doesn't mean it makes it a good show or not. And that's why I said I don't really listen to Rihanna. So I actually have to say I wasn't impressed with the show itself. That's just my own personal opinion there.
I myself, I don't have an answer for Curtis, really. I mean, because, what I would describe what makes a good show for me might not make a good show for anyone else. So, like I said, I mean, I have no issue with with what it was. It didn't really bother me one way or the other. I know it did bother a lot of other people. In fact, I think I even heard some people comment that her dancers looked like a bunch of Oompa Loompas.
Sorry, Tom, go ahead. I just laughed because he said Oompa Loompas, and never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. I think what makes up a quality show, in my opinion, is that they do general, across the board entertainment. What happens, in my opinion, is that the artist who is doing the halftime show promote their own agenda and their own hits and so forth, instead of doing an entertainment show that is across the board, that reaches audiences from 8 to 80. I think that's where the quality fails. There's no real quality in the show because of a lack of diversity.
Well, if that's the case, you're never going to probably see a good quality halftime show again, because the people that they're picking, they're going to be promoting their own hits. I think you're talking about an all-out concert, like, this person comes on, that person comes on.
It's an all-out money thing. That's what it is. Just my opinion.
Yeah, you don't get paid.
Charging like, millions of dollars for 30 seconds, I guess.
Yeah, and the singers don't get paid for doing a Super Bowl thing. They actually do it for free, and it's just whoever wants to snag it up first. I mean, that's just basically how that goes. And I guess Rihanna was.
You sure about that? They don't get paid?
I was just going to say, who told you they don't get paid?
I was told I was told they don't get paid because I remember when
they do get paid handsomely. Yeah,
I remember when The Weeknd was doing the halftime, and because he went over the budget. Well, I guess it's a budget they go with, but he spent millions of his own dollars of his own money to complete the show.
I wonder, can I get him to come to my house and do a show or get on a song for free?
Hey, you got the connections, Curtis. You know what? Maybe we should have DJ Tom do the halftime show next year. Tom, you up for that?
When are they going to allow a Christian band to do it? They got all these other people.
That's not going to happen, because we Christians were in the minority. Let's face it.
And I'm not sitting here acting like I'm perfect and that I don't like other music. I'm just saying, if we are going to have diversity, then we should let Fly lead for some of the other ones are played and stuff that are pretty popular. Let them get up there and do something.
I agree. Well, that's my point. There's not enough diversity. There's just too much. There's too much emphasis on one single artist or one single genre. And I don't think we've had a good show in years, honestly. The Weeknd, that show wasn't that great from what I've heard. I've heard some other people say that Rihanna's dancers look like Sesame Street characters.
So the last thing I was going to say, is that I just asked her, and it says typically halftime performers do not get paid for the Super Bowl.
Okay,
whoa.
Speaking of Rihanna's dancers, they were coming in late in the parking lot because while I was checking out the game, TMZ came in with a notification saying you would think the NFL would have got them inside, but they were trying to get in, and people were like, hey, you guys here with Riri? And they confirmed, yeah. So, I mean, they didn't even get there early. So it probably was just some Oompa Loompas, like Johnny said, that they picked and paid. And if they don't get paid, who knows where they came from. Get them off the streets. Let's go, guys.
Now I got the Oompa Loompa song going in my head now. All right, on to the next topic. Miley Cyrus. She's made it 5 weeks in a row at number 1 with Flowers. Have you guys heard that song?
Yes.
I actually played that song on my show, and I love it. You guys?
Yes, I heard that, Curtis, and it's not a bad song, really, believe it or not. I like the beat to it. It's really good.
Absolutely.
And I'm really not a big fan of Miley Cyrus, so it's nice to see her, putting out some music again, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
I wonder what her godmother thinks about it. You all know who her godmother is, right?
Yeah, Dolly Parton.
Really? Dolly Parton is her godmother? Interesting.
Yep.
Well, what I find interesting is that I didn't think that Miley Cyrus was ever going to get back in the limelight again. I thought maybe, okay, she did her thing. She has her money, and she's did some duets with some people here and there. But when I first heard the song Flowers, which I do believe it, the rumor has it that it's about her last ex-boyfriend, the song is about, but no one has confirmed it yet. But I thought the song was excellent. I played all the time as much as I can. I was supposed to play it Friday night, this last Friday, but I had technical difficulties, and I did figure it out. Johnny, I got it worked out, so I'll be on next Friday.
Outstanding. Yeah, I mean, and she's going for her 3rd week on the Spencer James Airplay Top 40, which is a show that we play from the UK, and I'm waiting to see if she gets to week number 3.
Am I correct in the fact that she's number 5 in the U.S.?
According to Billboard, she's number 1 right now, I believe, for, I think, like 5th week in a row, I believe.
Real quick, I want to say about the slap. I actually interviewed an actor that played with Bad Boys 2, and I asked him about that slap, and he really had an interesting take on the Living the Dream with Curveball podcast when I talked to him about it, because he actually worked with Will Smith.
Okay, well, that was the next question I was going to come up. We've all heard about it. We all saw it. Well, I saw it because I still have some sight, so I feel funny saying something like that I saw it. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think it was staged? Some people said it was staged. Some people said it was legit. I do know the Oscars, the Oscar community has put something in place in case that ever happens again. So I guess they're all ready for that. But Curtis, what's your take on it?
I think a lot of people stunt and do things for money. It's definitely got a lot of people talking, apparently, because we're still talking about it. Yeah, I think it was staged, because if you were that offended, I would have done more than slap him. I would have beat him up. Security would have had to come pull me if I really felt disrespected. He just popped him once, and he's like, okay, dude, I'm not going to do it again. I understand, no problem. He's like, don't you do it again. So, yeah, it probably was.
And how about you, Lightning Blind Mike? I already know what you're going to say, but let's hear it again.
Yes, I have to agree with Curtis. It was staged. It was definitely staged. The reaction, it was also the worst ratings ever for the Oscars, and they needed something to bring those ratings back up. And now everybody's going to tune into the Oscars this year just so they could see if anything's going to happen again, or they don't want to miss it this time. But yes, I do believe it was staged. If you remember back in the day when professional wrestling everyone thought it was completely real. There was a thing called kayfabe, and wrestlers had to keep that. That was just a signal between us wrestlers at the time, and to let fans think that the wrestling was absolutely real, but it was definitely staged. That's my bottom line. I thought it was definitely staged as well. So they say they have something in place. That just means that something big is going to happen again eventually, and they're going to just try to use that new whatever they're doing in place to say, oh, we were ready this time. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, I think so on that. Tom, how about you? What's your opinion?
Yeah, based on the reaction after the fact, I think it was completely designed as a publicity stunt.
I got to admit, I looked at the video of it, and either I was imagining things, but I could have swore I saw Chris Rock kind of stick his chin out a little bit, just as Will was starting to bring that slap towards him.
And it was open hand. If he was really upset, he wouldn't have open hand slapped.
I was gonna say
he would have punched him.
Yeah, and then not only that, they're talking about, he can't come to the Oscars no more. Well, Will Smith's career is not based on showing up at the Oscars, it's based on his movie acting and Fresh Prince. So why would he care about, I can't come? That's fine. I'll just sleep that night and do whatever else I'm doing.
The thing I got a kick out of was when Chris Rock said it, I mean, Will Smith was sitting there laughing about it until his wife turned around and kind of looked at him like, what you going to do about that? And that's when he got up,
Yeah, and now Chris Rock does nothing but tells jokes about it and everything else. So that boosted his career a little bit and didn't hurt Will Smith either, because the next movie he comes out with will be a big success, bigger than ever.
Yeah, and again, if Will Smith was really offended by him telling jokes, it's like, all right, when I catch you again, it's up.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand. Okay, hey, he was laughing, but when his wife turned around and looked at him, that's when he did slap. Okay, I get it. But like Curtis said, and if it was me too, if someone did that, yeah, I'd be up all on him like ugly on an ape, throwing him a beating,
But here's the problem: we don't have no memory that goes far back, so people are not going to know any difference. So if Chris Rock makes a joke about it, I mean, it's no big deal. It's going to be popular and boost his career, like MJ said. So yeah, they staged it out. His wife said, hey, when he says this, and then when I look at you, then you hit him.
I think you should.
Makes sense.
I think you should have grabbed the steel chair and kind of, used that. That would have been better. Never mind a slap. Or we should have hit him across the chest with a chop. That would have been really, really good. All righty. How about this? Brad Paisley has a new song that dropped yesterday. He and President Zelinski did an interview, and Brad was so moved by it that he wrote a song titled Same Here, and he wanted to incorporate the speech into the song, and he did, and it's in there. And I listened to it today before we came on, and it's a really, really good song. If you guys haven't heard it, look it up on YouTube. It's called Same Here, Brad Paisley. Excellent song.
Absolutely. They also, all the money that's being made from the song will be helping build new houses in Ukraine as well. I think they said right now they're going to be building 42 new houses.
That's what I like to hear about stuff like this.
After they bomb them to death,
they're going to need a lot of reconstruction when this is all said and done. And I appreciate Brad Paisley taking a stand for what's right.
Now, when you say what's right, you agree with the Ukrainian war, or what does that mean?
I think that, in my opinion, I think Russia is inciting an aggression against Ukraine and the Ukrainian people. So I think Brad Paisley taking a stand for the Ukrainians is doing what's right. Russia shouldn't even be there.
Absolutely. And the concern about it is this is all, and I know this isn't a political show, but all leading to World War III. And I do think you are right. It's being pumped up, and Brad Paisley put it out there when nobody else has had the courage to stand up for what he believes in.
I got to agree right there. I mean, I think Brad Paisley did the right thing. And yeah, I've always thought Russia was in the wrong for invading Ukraine. And just, I mean, if you think about it, they shouldn't even have annexed Crimea back in 2014. But what can you do?
We just wish them the best, and hopefully Ukraine can pull ahead on this.
I think they will, but we just got to wait and see. All righty, I think it's time for us to take a quick break. So we'll be right back with more of the Naked DJs podcast after these messages.
Yeah, and during this commercial break, I would like to remind everybody to listen to Blind Café Radio 24/7, 365 for all of your favorite hits. We are your number one hit station in town, playing all of your favorite classic hits from the 70s, 80s, 90s, beyond. You want to learn more about the station or listen? Go to blindcaferadio.com. We are in the air everywhere, in the words of Ben Maller, and you can listen to us online or on your Amazon Echo device.
All righty, and welcome back to the Naked DJs podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Johnny Love. With me is DJ Tom, Lightning Blind Mike, and that man with that suave man with the real cool voice, DJ Curveball. All right, here comes the big one we've been saving. Ed Sheeran is headed to trial in a few months over allegations that his smash hit, Thinking Out Loud, infringed on Marvin Gaye's iconic Let's Get It On. I actually listened to both songs. I got a program called Virtual DJ, and I put Marvin Gaye's song on one turntable, Ed Sheeran's on the other, and I played them. And I do have to admit, I think Ed did take something there from Marvin Gaye. That's just me, though. So let's get the opinion around here. Lightning Blind Mike, how about you?
I would listen to both songs as well. And there is a similarity, but the Marvin Gaye one is faster. It's a faster beat, a faster. It's just the music is just a little bit faster. The one that Ed Sheeran did is slower. It's really good. I just don't see him copying the song. But again, there is a video on YouTube, which you guys can watch here on YouTube, of Ed Sheeran in concert, showing both, playing his song and the similarity of Marvin Gaye as well. But I don't think that's what it really was the similarity. It was just the, that he was able to mix both together and all that. But I don't think he copywrote or infringed on Marvin Gaye's song whatsoever.
I think that video might come back to bite him in the ass, really, because I think they're going to maybe try to use that in the court trial. So we shall see.
Ed Sheeran's attorney said they would like that not to be seen.
So I don't know. We'll let the judge decide on that. I'm not a lawyer or a judge, by the way. So, Anyway, Tom, how about you? What's your opinion?
Knowing a little bit about music industry and copyright law and stuff, there are only so many chords. There are only so many progressions they can use. And there are hundreds using the same type of chord progressions in song after song after song. You can only do so much. So if they do play the video, so what? You can only do so much with musical scales. That's how it is.
Yes,
okay.
And I think that somebody is just wanting to make some money. When I listen to Ed Sheeran's Thinking Out Loud, not once do I go, Marvin Gaye. It's two different song topics. He might have used some samples or some ideas from it. What did he sample too long? But because I think there is a certain length that you can do a sample. I think it was 8 seconds or something, 3 seconds.
Yeah, it's I think it's 4 seconds.
See, I didn't know that there's like a certain amount of seconds you can sample. But like I said, I listened to both, and I kind of caught. To me, it sounded like it was almost the same beat or something like that, be it slow or fast. But that's just me. So
I mean, there's just a very small similarity whatsoever, but the singing and the other instruments involved, yeah, it's completely different. I think he will be just fine, but he's got to be tired of people accusing him of doing, saying, hey, you from my song, or, I'm taking you to court. I mean, this is probably like the 10th time he's gone to court already.
I believe it happens with any song. I mean, look at Ice Ice Baby. Yeah, Vanilla Ice got taken to court because he sampled Under Pressure. David Bowie and Queen took him to court and they won. And yeah, you could tell he sampled. But I think, maybe Tom can tell me if I'm wrong or not, I think everybody over the years has sampled someone's song at one point or another.
Yeah, there's no issue against sampling, but it's how long you sample. And, Ice Baby and Under Pressure, clearly you can tell. And they did it throughout the whole dadgone song.
Well, I know his reasoning was, well, yeah, I sampled it, but we did a ding, ding. So that's ours in there. So no, we're good. Yeah, no, don't work that way, son.
Curtis, you're done music in the music business for a long time. Did you ever cover any other songs and put it on a disc or anything to sell?
I have never covered a song, but I do have a song right now coming out here in about a month called The Baddest, where there's the Tupac sample. Doom, 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 doom. So I have done that. I bought a beat from a producer that has a couple of the samples in that one, and then the part where it goes da 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 da. So I do have a song. Hopefully I don't get sued because I don't have the money. I'm not what you guys think I am.
No.
If you purchase the samples from a producer, then the copyright's already covered in that, so you're good.
And if you want to tell people where they can listen to your music, Curtis, that's absolutely just fine.
You can find me on your favorite streaming platform. Just type in Curveball. There's another guy out there named Curveball, but I am the verified Curveball. Strike 3.
Very cool.
You could go up the other guy. No, I'm just kidding.
Alrighty, I like that. Now I'll have to check that out. I was thinking maybe we could have Curtis do some Dean Martin or Frank Sinatra. What do you think, LBM?
I could. You know what? That would actually be sort of funny. Curtis, you need to do some Frank Sinatra with some rap in between and put something together. I think that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I'll go look into that and get sued. Wow.
Yeah, I think what he's let me translate that for you. Like, yeah, no.
Well, Johnny could countrify anything, so hey, does that qualify?
Well, back in the day, didn't a lot of performers back then, Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, all of them, everybody, even Diana Washington, all of them, they've all basically sung the same songs, just with their own little version. But did they all have permission with each other, whoever wrote it, or did they just cover it?
They covered it and they changed it just enough, to make it their own. That was a common thing.
Oh, yeah. And then you had, of course, Pat Boone taking Little Richard's Tutti Frutti. And if you've never heard Pat Boone's version of that, you'll be going, no, just no. Because I got to admit, that version's, that's not good. But that's a whole nother story for another glass for another time. All right. I think it's time for us to get up on out of here. So, Curtis, would you please do the honors and take us away on here, sir?
Absolutely. Once again, want to remind people to continue to check out your number one hit station in town, 24/7, 365. For all of your favorite hits, we have wonderful shows. Start your morning off with Julie and Michael's Talking Points. You want to, if you are a country fan, listen to the Drive Time DJ every Monday through Friday. Dr. Johnny Love, Raising Country Cane. You can check me out. You can check Lightning Blind Mike out. Foxy Lady J has that Nashville Countdown. I mean, we just got everything that you need. So check us out, blindcaferadio.com. Support what we're doing, all that good stuff.
And let's not forget, we have DJ Tom doing a slice of the 70s every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m. And the Praise and Worship. What times are you doing the Praise and Worship, Tom?
We do Praise and Worship every Sunday at 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. respectively.
So be there. All righty. I'm Dr. Johnny Love for Lightning Blind Mike, DJ Tom, and DJ Curveball. We will see you later on for another podcast in a while.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Go and check out Blind Café Radio at blindcaferadio.com, and also follow us on Twitter at Blind Café Radio and on Facebook at Blind Café Radio. Make sure you visit our webpage at blindcaferadio.com, where you can visit our naked DJ. And this is the Blind Cafe Kangaroo, signing off.